This is basically what I learned about coffee from a Rooski, and I've tested it now, and I'm convinced that this is the case. Thank you for the direction saying you're hearing me from Mel's mic. I appreciate it. You shouldn't anymore. But basically, the reason people taste dark roast more, it was given to me like this. Imagine if you have a piece of like really bougie sourdough bread, and then you have a piece of Wonder Bread, right? Old Faithful, right? Obviously, the sourdough bread is the better quality bread. It's like definitely gonna make the better sandwich, but there's nothing wrong with Wonder Bread. But here, so let's imagine that we toast them a little bit, right? You put a little bit of toast on the bread, and it's gonna elevate both things pretty well, right? You put a little bit of toast, but eventually you put too much toast on it and you just get burnt. And then both pieces of bread, regardless of quality, taste the same way. And when that's the case, eventually, the darker the roast, you just taste burnt. And until I tested this in the last month of my life, I would not have believed it. But now I am on this soapbox and willing to die on this hill. Point blank and period. Crimson Raider, thank you for gifting a sub to Mr. Marmar, the man, the myth, the legend, and a guy that's actually provided the channel with so many, with so many good moments from just having the films. But yeah, I say all of this to say I've been on a coffee exploration journey in the last month of my life, and just because it's a dark roast doesn't mean it has more flavor. It just means you taste it more through, through weaker water. I don't know how many coffee aficionados or connoisseurs there are in the channel, but I've got to say I'm now like tasting fruity notes in coffee, and like I'm tasting, like actually like characteristics, and it's nuts. Um, I'm very, very, very happy to have figured out that this is a thing, and just keep in mind, if you're kind of being judgy about the flavor of coffee, or if you're getting yourself into a coffee brewing experience, my advice is, if you get yourself a consistent bean grinder and a consistent method, like I'm going to be doing X, Y, and Z every time, get good at that. Get good at that. Maximize your method, but then branch out with other kinds of beans, because you might find that dark roasts are actually just different flavors of burnt, and that light roasts actually have kind of a fun exploration nature to them, where they actually taste like different flavors of coffee that aren't flavored like syrupy vanilla. It's nuts. Like eventually you start feeling like your tongue is getting waxy from the what was on the beans. I don't know how to describe it, but if you're a person that wants to branch out, I absolutely advise doing that. This has actually been one of those random high points of my life in the day to day of like trying to get my cup just right. And I think Mel and I have definitely. She's laughing because I've put a lot of investigation into just getting my perfect cup down. But I'm getting pretty close, guys. Like I'm getting a nice little crema on top, and I really think that there's something to be said about seeing yourself improve at something, even if it's just your own personal beverage service. Branch out a little bit. Try light beans. And yeah, this I am now gonna die on this hill.